Yo, YouTube, what's going on? AJ here, back at it again with another video. And in today's video, guys, we have to talk about something that's very interesting, because as I've been praising Wuthering Waves and released another video about the patch earlier today, if you haven't seen it, I did my full got on camera, turned on the face because of how excited I was, how happy I was with how everything was going with 2.0, with the gameplay and everything like that, and praising the game. Now, even though we praise the game, guys, remember, the reason why Wuthering Waves is such a good game is because we look at it from an objective standpoint. We give it praise when praise is needed. We give it criticism and critiques when it is deserved, and hopefully the dev team listens, which they always do, and they deliver on something. But you might be asking myself, or you might be asking yourself, AJ, what's this video about? I don't know what I'm gonna title this or something like that, but I want to share the criticism with the Wuthering Waves Tower of Adversity. Now, the Tower of Adversity has been criticized before, so this is nothing new. Some people really like it. Some people don't really like it, but you know, they still completed to get the rewards. So I'm on the side that I actually enjoyed playing Tower for the most part, and the previous Tower were pretty easy to clear. I was starting literally all of it, no issues. So the reason right now I haven't done the left and right side, the left and right side of the new endgame tower really doesn't matter, but the hazard tower right here, this is what actually got me to get on Wuthering Waves and try this, because a friend who I trust, who clears and 30s everything right on this Tower of Adversity, was having difficulty. And I asked, wait, you're having difficulty? What's so hard and what's so tedious about it? So we get over here, right? You guys see the middle floors are always the most difficult, level 100s. But I want to read this buff to you guys real quick, and then I want to talk about the issue at hand, right? So let's actually talk about the issue instead of the buff, because then I'll get into a buff. The issue, I think, with Wuthering Waves, this tower, real quick, guys, is that when I was fighting Crownless, right, this time around, and you guys see the team that 3 started with, I have Zhezhi, Zhezhi, Shorekeeper, right? The first 2 times messed up. The third time got it down really quick. Had like 25-30 seconds left. Cleared it, right? But it really did feel like for the first time I was doing very little or minimum damage. Not minimum in the sense, but it just really didn't feel like the damage output I was used to putting out on my characters, or at least with one of these super nukers in the game versus an enemy who we fought multiple times before. It kind of felt weird, and I don't know if you guys felt that way at first, but I said, okay, it's a little bit tedious, but whatever, we got the job done, right? No problem. There's no boost for Zhezhi, but we do have Zhezhi, and the way we built Zhezhi, and I'm going to show you guys that too in 1 second and talk about her. Then we get to this stage. Now, I've attempted this stage a couple times, guys. I've gotten close. I really haven't gone too crazy on it, but I already identified the issue. Now, this stage is actually very damn tedious, and it's very much an issue, and I'm not very fond of what Wuwa did with this stage. So essentially, you have 2 of the dancer, or well, you have 1 dancer, you have 1 knight, the 2 new mobs that are in from 2.0, right? And then you have Tempest Memphis. Now, these mobs are level 100. You can definitely clear the dancer and the knight fast. They don't hit really hard. They don't really do anything particularly special. The problem is because we have to clear 2 enemies within a certain amount of time, right? And maybe they stall out long enough, or maybe you just don't crit or hit a number high enough, right, guys? It costs you valuable seconds to then when you're fighting Tempest Memphis. And I don't even think Tempest Memphis is the hardest, like, character to fight or anything like that at all. We've all cleared Tempest Memphis before. The issue is when you start stacking these 100s level characters, right? And even though you clear 1, you clear the second, and you're down to that maybe minute or that little stretch, right? And then you just can't clear it on time. Is very frustrating. That, coupled with the fact that it didn't feel like I was doing as much damage at first, right? I was like, okay, what's going on? Then now let's get to the new buff, right, guys? And why I'm a little bit, when you read it, it's interesting. So the area of effect, right? Enemy glacial res and arrow res are decreased by 10%, and their Electro and Havoc res are increased by 10%. Hitting a target with coordinated attacks increase all team members' attack by 2%, and their Resonant skill damage bonus by 4% for 3 seconds, stacking up to 10 times. One stack is lost every 3 seconds, re-triggering this effect resets its duration. One thing I want to just point out and highlight, the coordinated attacks, right guys? What is the element right now that is highly the first thing that these enemies, you know what I mean, they're decreased, their res, you know what I mean, their defenses are decreased to? It's ice. It is ice. Now, I have not tried this with my Carlotta. My Carlotta is not finished. I was a little bit late on pulling her, guys. I did get her weapon, right? But I do have a monster Zhezhi. But why I don't like this and why I'm a little bit concerned is not only did they make these middle tower, this last part, annoying and tedious now with 3 characters that you have to deal with, and most of the time you gotta get, like, if I was to tell you guys how I think you guys can best beat it, you gotta clear at least the Dancer and the Knight by like 40 seconds. You need that like minute 20 on the clock with Memphis at least. I'm using, by the way, not a whale, all R0, like just their weapons, you know what I mean? Not there's no copies of them and anything like that. The one thing I am concerned about with this tower is basically it's almost promoting now the new character. It's like saying, hey, you need Zhezhi, and it's not like you can't clear it without Zhezhi. I'm sure that some people have stacked relics or have over farmed on certain characters, right guys, and can easily clear the middle tower, and it's a skill thing, right? I'm sure I can probably get it done with a couple, but one of the things is my Zhezhi hits like a truck, guys. I've seen people complaining about this. I've seen my friends struggling with this. I haven't finished it just yet. I attempt to finish it, and I'm worried about the future that hopefully Wuthering Waves doesn't really take this path, unless you guys really like it, where it seems to be they're promoting like, hey, you know, you need to clear that stage, you know, we have this character. And the thing is, I don't really like comparing it, because when you look at my Zhezhi, for example, and I'll show it off right here, like, I don't think I have a bad Zhezhi build, you know what I mean? Like, I got 2k attack, I got 72.5 and 264.6. I have her weapon, and I have her fully on the ice set. I don't have the new one yet, but this is the old one. I haven't farmed all the new stuff or gotten around to it, guys. But she hits like a Mack truck. She does really good, guys. And that's what I'm concerned about going forward, is that I hope Wuwa doesn't take the direction of, hey, we need to promote this new character for you to clear the final end game tower. I don't think it's like that, but I do think the tower that they have presented to us at the final stage is very tedious, it's very obnoxious, it's promoting the coordinated attack, and if you guys are not investing in Zhezhi or don't have a Zhezhi, right, built up or anything like that, then you have to use the lesser version, because right now she is the ice element, which the enemies are weak to. She does good amount of damage when she's on field when you have her weapon, and she does great amount of damage off field, and it's boosting the whole coordinated attack thing. I haven't tried it with Carlotta yet, so maybe if you do have Carlotta and Zhezhi, you probably smacked it and you probably cleared it. You guys can let me know. I haven't finished. I mean, I do have Carlotta, guys.
The battlefield is dynamic.
You know, she needs to get finished. I got her weapon. I'm cultured, okay? But that's just my honest take. I really am curious to hear your guys' opinions down below in the comments section. If you guys are struggling, if this is something that's bothering you, let me know. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you guys like my opinion and my thoughts. I'm just curious to see where you guys are at, what your guys' thoughts are about the new tower, if the middle tower was bothering you at all. Yeah, guys, and I'll talk to y'all next time. Peace.